To educate you on Mpox, previously monkeypox. It took Nigeria by storm. That was 2 years ago, but now it is re-emerging, and this is something that we all need to be aware of, things to look out for. Yeah, so let us see this package on the firecrackers. That is the one on the monkeypox. So see you same time, same station next week. My name is Yoruba Misalako. So have a great week ahead.
Monkeypox is a zoonotic infection. When we say zoonotic infection, it means that it's a disease that spreads from animals to humans. It's a viral infection, which means that it's caused by a virus. In other words, antibiotics do not treat it. Okay, so I'd want to bring out that clarification. So, monkeypox has been existing for a while, though it's been silent, and then we're having like a re-emergence of monkeypox. To say a little more on it, what would be the probably clinical presentation, or how would someone know that, okay, this is monkeypox? And then maybe how does monkeypox spread? All right, so let me take it from the latter part. So when we look at monkeypox, how does this spread? Basically, we have 3 routes of transmission. You can have transmission from animals to humans, which is the common one, the zoonotic infection, okay? So that would be, for example, you are bitten by an animal, and the kind of animals we refer to, or the animals that are known to cause monkeypox, include monkeys. You could have squirrels, rodents, okay? Those are the animals known to cause monkeypox. So if you have a bite or a scratch, or you eat such an animal, or you hunt them, you're trapping them, you're playing with them, okay? So animals that have been infected with monkeypox, you could get it via that route. We also have the human-to-human transmission. That means that somebody has monkeypox and you come in contact with that person. Let's say the body fluids of that person, for example. So we're looking at body fluids such as saliva, you're looking at stool, urine. Yes, you could have it from there. Also, if you are in close proximity over a prolonged period of time with someone that has monkeypox, yes, you could actually contract it as well. We call that the droplet infection. And then we could also have infection from the environment, okay? So environment, for example, someone who's had monkeypox, the beddings of that person, okay, the towels that the person has used, we call that fomite transmission. All right, so you could contract it from such, or probably infected tables, surfaces, and all that. So those are basically the routes via which monkeypox could spread. The symptoms of monkeypox. So, at the initial phase, quite a number of people could be infected with it and not have symptoms, all right? But when you have symptoms, we call them, initially you would have the non-constitutional symptoms at the prodromal phase. So you have things like, okay, there's a fever, usually it's a high-grade fever, we're looking at like 38 degrees, all right? Fever, body pains, backache, tiredness, sore throat, you know, the person just generally feels unwell. And then as it progresses, you now start to have, you know, that classical rashes that you see. So initially it starts like, you know, what we call a macule. It's a flat, you know, raised lesion, and then it grows, it becomes like a papule, looking like a pimple. It increases in size, it becomes a vesicle. Vesicles, you have more like clear fluid in that swelling. It progresses, it becomes a pustule. So pustule now means that you're having like yellowish pus, all right, inside those swellings, and then eventually it erupts, and then you can now have the crust being formed. So that's the process, okay, of how the lesions or the rashes of monkeypox would actually progress. I think one of the first things to do is what we're doing here, getting people informed, okay, because information is power. With information, you're able to make the right decisions. So letting people know what monkeypox is, how monkeypox can be transmitted, that's one part of it. So how do you prevent monkeypox? So one of the first things I'll say is that, so when we look at prevention in public health, for example, we're looking at it at about 3 different levels, at least for the community's sake, I'll use just 3 different levels. So we're looking at a primary level. So the primary level is what I've initially talked about, where we are getting people informed so that they can make the right decisions, okay? Now, other things that people need to be informed about, we've said is a zoonotic infection. It spreads from animals to humans. In other words, keep a safe distance from such animals, okay? And usually it happens because probably people encroach into spaces that are habited by these animals, which normally hasn't been habited by humans. So you go into the forest, you're capturing monkeys, you're capturing squirrels, antelopes, all right? So avoiding that kind of contact, that will be one. Also, if you're going to eat such animals like bushmeat, as we call it, ensure that it's properly and thoroughly cooked. If you can avoid it, then it's much better, okay? If, for example, you have been exposed to anyone that has a symptom, please ensure that you get proper care, okay? And a very key thing is hand hygiene. We can never overemphasize the importance of hand hygiene. So when I say hand hygiene, what am I talking about? Washing your hands thoroughly with soap and water. So it's not just water, you need soap as well to wash your hands thoroughly. So when you go outside, you come back home, before you eat, you touch, dirty surfaces, you've been to a hospital environment. Whenever you get home, as much as possible, ensure that you do thorough hand washing. All right. So having said that, other things that can also be done to prevent it also is, if you have any symptom at all, you're having a fever, you don't feel so well, okay, I would advocate that you visit a proper health facility, okay? So don't do self-diagnosis, don't do Google doctor like people do these days, all right? Get proper care, okay? So don't just pop into anywhere and get some medication and use, all right? Unfortunately, the monkeypox itself is not, how do I put it? You don't have a particular drug, so to say, that actually takes care of it, all right? Yes, there are some antiretroviral drugs that we use that could help, all right? But then most of the time what we do is we do symptomatic management. So you have a fever, we take care of the fever. You have the rashes, we ensure that the rashes don't get infected, okay? We do proper dressing, nursing care and all that for the patients. So having said that, once a patient is found to have symptoms of monkeypox or just suggestive of monkeypox, we'll run the usual test, okay? And then we confirm, okay? So if it's monkeypox, we advise that the patient should isolate, because we know it's something that can spread. Other people can't get it from you, okay? Especially people who are probably your caregivers, people who are sharing the same facilities as you are, especially your homes, toilets and all those things, okay? So ensure you isolate, and then you get proper care. So proper care means in the hospital, not in the house, okay? Because you need to be isolated and you need to be taking proper, at least good care of, all right? And I think finally what I want to say is that yes, there is vaccine for monkeypox. However, from what I know so far, it's reserved basically for people who are at high risk, okay? So you've been exposed to a confirmed case of monkeypox, all right? Or you are at high risk, you're always taking care of people, for example, in the hospital setting, all right? So you could have probably the healthcare providers being, vaccinated, especially when you have an upsurge of monkeypox in the community. So I think basically those are the ways that we can help to prevent ourselves. And I think the key message I would like us to take away is hand hygiene. Okay, very key. Most of us are fond of it. Was only in coronavirus time that everybody wash your hands, carry hand sanitizers. But I think it's something that has to stay with us. Okay, so wash your hands, avoid the animals that we've talked about. Okay, keep safe distance from people who probably have monkeypox. All right, and I think with that we should be able to help to curb the spread of monkeypox.